Okay, so we're going to do let the computer pick a random country, and then we look at this country's art online, like we did yesterday. So spin, stop. Okay, what's the where? Lesotho. Okay, Lesotho. How to pronounce?
Lesotho.
Can we turn on the sound? Okay, art in Lesotho. I need to turn on the sound so I can hear what's playing on the computer. I need to play the pronunciation of this word and some videos that I'm going to play. Is there a speaker here? No? Or headphone?
Headphone.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Notes on Lesotho. Let's find out where Lesotho is. Lesotho. Oops. In Africa. Lesotho is a landlocked mountainous kingdom in southern Africa with a population of about 2.3 million. Is globally unique as one of only 3 sovereign nations completely encircled by a single country, South Africa. Its capital and largest city is Maseru. The kingdom in the sky. Lesotho is often called the kingdom in the sky because it is the only country in the world where every single part of its territory sits above 1,000 meters in elevation. The lowest point is roughly 1,400 meters, and the highlands are dominated by the spectacular Drakensberg and the Maloti mountain. Thank you.
Yes.
Ranges.
Can you hear?
There, translate. Play that word. Lesotho. Okay. Great. Thank you. I can hear it now. The kingdom in the sky. Well, elevated country. Geography and climate terrain. Over 30,000 square kilometers of deep valleys, rock terrain, and waterfalls. Notably, the 192-meter Malet Sonyane Falls. Beautiful. Where is it? Lesotho. Maseru is the capital city, largest city. Oh, there's a museum. The archives. Beautiful, so beautiful, my God. Let's see how to read this word. Malesanyane Falls. Weather is one of the few places on the African continent that experiences annual snowfall, and it even hosts a ski resort. Economy and society leadership. Lesotho gained independence from Britain in 1966 and operates as a constitutional monarchy led by Prime Minister Sam Matekane. Sam Matekane. That's Sam Matekane. Sam Matekane. I see. Sam Matekane. Culture. Sesotho and English are the official languages. The cultural identity is deeply tied to the land. Agriculture and livestock, particularly ponies and horses, are central to rural life. A lower middle income economy, it relies heavily on textiles, water exports to South Africa, and remittances from miners. If you are planning to travel to the region, I can provide information. Visa requirement. Okay. Textiles. Let's see. Heavily on textiles. Their textiles must be beautiful. Okay, let's Google art in Lesotho. Let's find some images. Artists, quilters, weavers, basket weavers, plastic crocheter, fashion designer, weavers and knitters, painter, weavers. Let's just pick one. Also, our work was first started in October 2000 when two women, these artists who each had an idea of producing clothing for the local and South African market, realized that going alone was too difficult and decided to come together under one umbrella with the aim of providing encouragement and support, exchanging ideas, and sharing market information. Looks like tie-dye fashion. Interesting. So natural material, natural dye, and 100% handmade textiles. Beautiful, beautiful. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Beautiful. Sleep baby. Spring. 1 meter by 75 centimeters. Shadows red. Coasters. Eland and Bushman. Beautiful. Many mountains. Killing the eland or eland. Life in the mountains. Maluti magic. Let's look at one more. Fashion designer. There's no Brazil artist designers. Fashion designer. Very cute. Cute. Two-strap denim reversible back. Two-strap back reversible black. Pretty. Very cute. 100% natural material. Cute. Fashion designer. Beautiful. Well, let's move on. The state of visual arts in Lesotho. Contemporary. The state of visual arts in Lesotho. Lesotho is experiencing artistic renaissance driven by its millennial generation. Specifically in the area of visual arts, historically the arts in general have been afforded some attention, mainly in the disciplines of music, dance, and literature, most of which remain static and lacking in innovation for a great many years as a society. Lesotho, most of which remain, okay. As a society, we have grown more exposed to technology and global trends in the past 2 decades. This has come especially with the spread of internet access, which is translating into young Basotho boldly pursuing the projects that present opportunities to mark our place on the world stage. Although there is still a stigma around the arts, our government is making concerted efforts toward prioritizing creative enterprises as an agent of economic and social development. So local talent is arising in areas such as fashion design, visual art, photography, filmmaking, and performance art, the sum of which is being crafted into imaginative careers. That's wonderful. History of visual art. Some drawings, portraits, drawings, post office. Old post office facade. Let's look at dance. Emotion as a material and spirit-based process, art making is approached by Nafia Nahima from a delicate lens. In this photography, Henrika Mawafo writes to Nahima's work in a series of extended captions, meditating on subtleties, ideas of interior interiority, healing, and form. Among other works, Nahima's ongoing project Amana, rooted in the complexity and beauty of Akan tradition, illustrates the temporal and chromatic experiments embedded in this was Akan tradition. Akan tradition encompasses the rich historical cultures, social structures, and spiritual beliefs of the Akan people, primarily located in modern-day Ghana and eastern Ivory Coast, defined by matrilineal, of or based on kinship with the mother or the female line. All right. Matrilineal, I see. How can people? Defined by matrilineal descent, profound ancestral reverence, and vibrant arts, it forms the cultural foundation for prominent subgroups like the Asante and the Fante. Matrilineal social structure. Society is organized into 8 primary matrilineal clans. Identity, inheritance, and succession are traced exclusively through the mother's bloodline. Villages and states are led by a dual leadership model. A male chief rules alongside the queen mother. The queen mother plays a crucial role as she selects the chief and possesses the authority to depose him if he falls out of favor with the people. Spiritual beliefs, Akan religions. Supreme deity. The Akan believes in the supreme creator god, often called there's no pronunciation here. Anya May or Oldman Koma, who is the architect of the universe but viewed as too remote for everyday human interaction. Lesser gods and ancestors. Daily worship focuses on abusum. Lesser gods, deities linked to natural elements like rivers and trees and ancestors, were honored through regular festivals and libation to bring fortune and protection. An important cultural rite is the assigning of a soul name based on the exact day of the week a baby is born. These days are believed to carry specific spiritual attributes that shape an individual's destiny and character. It's actually similar to some Chinese theories. Cultural arts and communication, civilian textiles are world renowned for their complex weaving techniques. They are creators of vibrant colored kente cloth and adinkra symbols, which are stamped onto cloth to visually communicate proverbs, concepts, and historical proverbs. Talking drums. Religion, music, and dance. Okay, let's find some images. Kente cloth. Kente. Oh, I see. Kente cloth is an iconic hand-woven textile originating from Ghana. Woven primarily by the Asante and the Avi people. Its vivid, intricate geometric patterns hold deep symbolic meaning, with specific colors and designs representing history, moral values, and social status. Developed in the 17th century primarily in the town of Bongwire in the Ashanti region of Ghana, according to local oral tradition, weavers were initially inspired by a spider's web. Made on a horizontal narrow strip loom, weavers interlaced threads of silk and cotton to produce narrow bands, about 4 inches wide. These individual strips are then meticulously sewn together to form a full-size cloth, originally reserved for. Let's find some videos. Teaching how to wear kente. Beautiful, very beautiful. Oh, so it goes under the arm. Under the arm and carry it on your right arm. Oh, under right arm and then on left arm. Interesting. Ghana secured historic protection from kente cloth as first geographical indication. Ghana just made a move that matters. The country's government has officially granted kente cloth geographical indication status, which means only cloth woven in designated Ghanaian communities can legally be called kente. The factory-printed fakes are done. The mass-produced imitations sitting in fast fashion stores cannot carry that name anymore. Only the real hand-woven fabric from communities like Bonwire, Aden, Womase, Petoe, and Agbuzume counts as genuine kente now. It is Ghana's first GI product, joining the same ranks as French Champagne and Italian Parmesan. These are brands protected by international law because they represent something irreplaceable, rooted in a specific place and specific people. Beautiful. Okay. A side-by-side photo showcasing Vector in the fringed geometric stripe robe. Oh, Vector Akin Fatminu delivered two of our favorite answers. Oh, I see. What is kente cloth? Look at the African textile. Beautiful. Okay, let's get back to Lesotho art. But rooted in the complexity and beauty of Akan tradition, illustrates the temporal and chromatic experiments embedded in this practice. Okay, Nafia's work often reminds me that we are spiritual beings in human form. I've been sitting with that phrase across months of conversation, Zoom calls, voice notes, drafts written and dissolved. Each time I return to it, something shifts. In encountering her work, I appear to be looking, but soon discover I'm already inside a process of attunement. Before the image, there's an interior calibration and a ritual alignment with source. Art making is not separate from being, but an extension of it. Being, for Nahima, is continuous expression. What appears a complete continues to unfold. Interior emotion. Oh, this is a photograph. Oh, this is so Nahima is a dancer. Image transfer to woven canvas. At the core of Nahima's approach is the refusal of rigidity, permanence, or freezing of identity into something singular. Her process is about working through spirit. It is never only that what can be seen, but also everything still forming. The use of the color black is not a backdrop or absence, but a substance, origin, and the generative field from which form emerges. Red here is an inner amber surfacing into visibility the moment when interior states manifest as form. Point E1. The unknown and within practice, there's life. It is never static. It's always evolving. I wonder if there's a video showing Nahima's work. Static image of music. Oops. Okay, let's continue. We're still here. Theo Makepe's video jazz photography. Blending documentary intimacy with carefully staged fiction. Theo Makepe's photography reanimates family memory as both personal archive and political reckoning. Drawing on his lineage shaped by exile, anti-apartheid activism, and unspoken grief, writer Vamika Sinha unpacks how the Botswana-born artist creates image that feel at once tender and theatrical. Daughter, mother, and grandmother. Documentary, but also staged, conceptual photography. Seed archives. Tabo weaves a cocoon for listening. This is music, probably. This is inside the library music. See and highlights of 2025. Looking back archive. Maktaba room, annotations on art, design, diasporic knowledge inside library collectors. Well, any other events about us? Well, let's art in Lesotho. Let's see what other notes on Lesotho, African crafts, on world of African country, Lesotho paintings. Morija Museum and Archives. Morija is also regarded as Lesotho's own town of the arts. History of art in Lesotho. Music and art in Lesotho. Google Arts Cultural. Swaziland, Lesotho, the wonder of art. Contemporary artists from Swaziland and Lesotho. Swaziland. Officially known as the Kingdom of Eswatini, Swaziland is a landlocked absolute monarchy in southern Africa, bordered by South Africa and Mozambique. Famous for its wildlife reserves, dramatic mountain scenery, and vibrant cultural traditions, it offers visitors a highly authentic, off-the-beaten-path African travel experience. I see. So, located here is Lesotho. Now it's a book. The dancers. Art exhibition used to happen in a random manner in Swaziland, and there was no proper documentation or analysis of the work being produced. Many artists felt that the only option they had was to try and exhibit in a gallery in South Africa or overseas. Some succeeded in doing so, but the majority were left by very few options. Online exhibit, museums. The Love Potion. Evelyn de Morgan painted several subjects using medieval themes and stylistic devices which had been made popular by the pre-Raphaelites. These paintings included the Queen Eleanor and the Fair Rosamond, the Hourglass, and this painting, The Love Potion, completed in 1903. Jane Morris, wife of William, sat as the model art. So this is something else. This is school arts culture. Well, let's art of Lesotho. The rock art research. There's one collection. Rock art research institute, University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. Magic, metamorphosis, and medicine. Online African textiles today. Social fabric, African textiles today. The history, manufacture, and the social significance of Southern and Eastern African textiles at the British Museum. So this is a British Museum of online exhibition of British Museum. Is there any Lesotho art in it? Well, I guess it's not only about Lesotho art. History of art in Lesotho. The history of art in Lesotho is complex and fascinating one. It's shaped by multitude of factors such as cultural traditions, colonialism, modernization, and globalization. The Basotho people, who are the indigenous people of Lesotho, have a rich artistic heritage that dates back centuries. Traditional Basotho art forms include basket weaving, pottery, and beadwork, which have been adapted and evolved over time in response to changing social and cultural contexts. During the colonial period, Lesotho was under British rule, and this had a significant impact on the development of art in the country. Western art forms and techniques were introduced, which led to the emergence of new styles and forms of art. However, these new forms of art were often seen as being in conflict with traditional Basotho art, which was viewed as being inferior and primitive. In the post-independence period, which began in 1966, there was a renewed interest in traditional Basotho art, and efforts were made to preserve and promote it. At the same time, there was also growing interest in contemporary art, which led to the emergence of new generation artists who were experimenting with new forms and styles. Today, the art scene in Lesotho is diverse and vibrant, with artists working in a range of media, from painting and sculpture to photography and digital art. There's growing interest in contemporary art, and many artists are exploring issues such as identity, globalization, social justice in their work. At the same time, traditional Basotho art forms continue to be an important part of the country's cultural heritage, and efforts are being made to ensure that they are preserved and passed on to future generations. Wonderful. Any images? Art in Lesotho. Wall art mural. Caves of Lesotho hold thousands of. Click on. Caves of Lesotho holds thousands of years of Southern African history. Let's see. Inside Lesotho's spiritual caves, there are 7 photos. Cave networks in Lesotho and its borderlands have been considered spiritual grounds for millennia. Pilgrims journey from hundreds of miles around to commune with their ancestors, believing the caves serve as a portal between the living and the dead. In candlelit processions, devotees will venture towards the most spiritual openings deep within the caves. On the walls, they will find paintings predating this pilgrim route by thousands of years, left by the San people, an ancient hunter-gatherer group believed to be among the closest descendants of the first Homo sapiens. This is remarkable. Pieter Jolly, an authority on rock paintings of the San, says that the purpose of much of the art is to represent what shamans would have seen when in a trance state. The purpose of the trance was to fight evil spirits, bringing discord into the community. While in a trance state, shamans took on the power of certain animals, says Jolly. In the paintings, many forms of animal can be found, often with distorted proportions, a reflection of what was seen in the spiritual world. Some families have made the caves their home. Those living in the caves today are descendants of settlers who they claim journeyed to the caves in 1824. Living in houses made of clay soil and stone, the cave dwellers live as most do in the area, keeping animals and growing maize.
lands.
The landlocked kingdom of Lesotho was controlled by clans of the Basotho people in the 18th and early 19th centuries. Visiting the caves today, the descendants of these people can practice both Christian and indigenous religions side by side. Some cave art in the region is under threat. The elements erode exposed rock faces, and cattle grazing near overhangs have been known to cause damage to the dedicated artworks. Every year, the Basotho people who live in the southern African country of Lesotho make a pilgrimage to a network of caves that connect countless generations with their ancestors across thousands of years. Home of dinosaur footprints and millennia-old rock paintings, these caves harbor some incredible history. Okay, the video showed the pilgrimage to the caves, to where their ancestors lived. Is the key to religion in Southern Africa, says David Copeland, Emeritus Professor of Social Anthropology at the University of Witwatersrand. God is very high and he may not be able to see you looking down from such a perch, but your ancestors know who you are and they're interested in you and they will funnel the blessings in their directions. Very interesting. Ancient rock paintings revealed. Well, these videos don't have sound but no subtitles, so I'm not going to show it. Very interesting. When you go into spirit world, which is where you go in a trance, you go there to fight evil spirits and that are bringing discord or units or rest in the community. You are safeguarded by the animal's power. Okay, Lesotho. Lesotho woman weaving, Lesotho paintings for sale, watercolor, Lesotho National Museum. The Lesotho National Museum, located in the capital of city of Maseru, is an important cultural institution in the Kingdom of Lesotho. It houses a vast collection of sculptures, historical artifacts, and ethnic relics that reflect the rich history and cultural heritage of this Southern African nation. Established to preserve and showcase Lesotho cultural heritage, the museum offers its visitors journey through time. The exhibits provide sights into the country's past, from the era of dinosaur fossils to the present day, covering diverse ethnic groups and their cultural practices. National Museum of Beauty, very interesting. Location. Any more information? Lesotho National Museum. Lesotho National Museum. Artworks. Feature. Let's just click on the first one. Our storage. This is a store, online store. National Museum. National Museum Project, Lesotho Mission. Sleepy Little Town Master House is a popular national museum. Not much information on there. Still work in progress. National Museum progress. What's going on? There's not much information. Government of the National Museum completion in 6 months. Oh, so it's still in progress. Still in progress. Okay, so today we looked at art in Lesotho. The random country picker wheel took us to Lesotho, Africa, and it's quite interesting. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow and let the country picker wheel pick another country tomorrow, and then we look at its art online.